Californians battle it out for bragging rights in their home state. It's Venus going for a spot in the final for the 4th straight time. And Lindsay back in the game and eager to impress. Semifinal action next on Fox Sports Net. This is the Sanex WTA Tour. Tonight, the 19th renewal of the Acura Classic. Second semifinal match. The winner to play Jelena Dokic in the final. The #1 seed, the #2 player in the world, Venus Williams, against 3rd seeded Lindsay Davenport. They make their way onto the court right now. Two players very familiar with one another's style. This is a match that has been talked about here at the La Costa's Resort and Spa. We're in Carlsbad, California, and you just cannot find an empty seat. And hello again, everybody. Barry Tompkins, once more my partner Tracy Austin. And Tracy, we started out with 6 of the top 10 players in the world in this tournament. 2 of the great players playing in this match. This is going to be smash mouth tennis.
It really is going to be a great match, and it's great to have one of the biggest power players in the game back, Lindsay Davenport. She was out for almost 9 months. She had knee surgery in January. She actually hurt her knee last November in the finals, the championships. So it's great to have her back, and she's surprised at how well she's playing so soon. This is only her 2nd tournament back. Got to the semifinals last week in Stanford, lost to Kim Clijsters in 3 sets, but I'm surprised that she's playing this well so soon, and she looks more fit than I've ever seen her.
Well, she draws a tough card tonight. She gets Venus Williams. She won at Stanford. She's the defending champion here. She is just playing very, very good tennis.
And I think Venus Williams has a slight psychological edge over Lindsay Davenport. She's won the last 6 out of 7 times that they play. Lindsay talks about Venus in the press. She gets a little bit intimidated. And this being only the 2nd tournament back for Lindsay, I don't think she has huge expectations. But she's going to want to win. In order to win, she's going to have to serve big because it's very tough to beat Venus Williams' serve. And also, she's going to have to hit those deep, deep ground strokes and move extremely well.
Well, as we said, the winner will play Jelena Dokic. Dokic today had to earn her way into the finals by beating Kournikova, who just played brilliant tennis all week long. Best tournament she's had in a long time.
Kournikova played extremely well in that first set, taking the first set 7-6. Jelena Dokic looked a little down in the beginning of the 2nd set, the shoulder slump, but she somehow found a way to get herself excited about the match again and dig deep, come back. She won the 2nd set 7-6 with her deep, deep ground strokes, and actually won the 3rd set 6-love. Kournikova just didn't have anything left in the tank. Last 2 matches that Kournikova had played were 3 sets. Dokic, actually, she played a tough 3-setter against Capriati last night. Big upset for her, winning 6-4 in the 3rd. But a great match for Dokic today to get into this finals tomorrow.
Yeah, a very similar kind of match, at least psychologically, that she played against Capriati. It looked like she was dead and gone against Capriati. She found another gear. She went on to win it. She did the same thing today against Kournikova. It has been a tough way to the semifinals for all these players, with one exception, and that exception is Lindsay Davenport. She took only 48 minutes to beat Ai Sugiyama. Williams went to 3 sets against Clijsters. Dokic had a tough time, as we said, both against Kournikova and Capriati. For these 2 who are playing tonight, though, there are no secrets between them.
Definitely, she goes out there and she doesn't hold back on any of her shots, and that's one thing that I admire about her. She just goes out there and plays tennis.
Well, I think Venus has proven herself one of the greatest players the last few years. She really has the whole package. A great serve, you know, probably the best maybe in women's tennis. Huge ground strokes and just such quick speed. And, you know, that's hard to combat. I mean, she doesn't really have a glaring weakness. A lot of her weakness depends on how many errors she makes. And that's frustrating because a lot of times the match isn't in your hands. She either hits a winner or you hope an error. And, you know, I mean, the last few years she's been almost unstoppable at Grand Slams and, you know, just a great, great player.
So is there a bottom line to this match, Tracy?
Well, I think it also depends on how Venus plays. You know, if Venus plays at the top of her game, she's too tough to beat. And like Lindsay said, she alluded to the fact that sometimes Venus can throw in a few errors and Lindsay can get her foot in the door, start to get some confidence and get into the match. And
the question for Lindsay, of course, is she match tough enough? She'll ask that question herself. She'll answer it in the next couple of hours. Venus Williams, the #1 seed. Lindsay Davenport, the #3 seed. Semifinal #2. The winner plays Jelena Dokic tomorrow.
Acura MDX with available navigation system and off-road tracking.
Technology shouldn't overwhelm you. It should open your mind. Samsung Digital brings it all together with ease. Now you're free to do more on your terms. Well, smile. It's all here. Samsung Digital. Everyone's invited.
Golf Digest is going to cure your slice now and for free.
And that's a guarantee.
Introducing the breakthrough video, Cure Your Slice Now, and it's free with your paid subscription to Golf Digest magazine. In this video, top PGA instructor Chuck Cook shows you the 7 key phases of the swing and gives you his proven method for better control and longer, straighter drives. And here's our guarantee. If Golf Digest and Cure Your Slice Now doesn't cure your slice and improve your game, cancel and keep the video free.
Golf Digest is your source for golf.
Every month in Golf Digest, you get easy-to-follow tips and instruction from the best teachers and players in golf. Information on the top equipment, the best places to play, thought-provoking commentary. You also get this removable Pocket Tips booklet. Call now. Use your credit card and get your first risk-free issue, Pocket Tips booklet and video free. You get 11 more issues for only $19.77. If your game doesn't improve, cancel and keep the video, booklet, and magazine free.
So call 800-385-1600. That's 800-385-1600. Call now.
The Bargain Network, the place to find real bargains. Call 1-800-300-4768. Buy cars from bank and government seizures. This car sold $500. IRS, DEA, FBI, repos, impounds, and more. Call 1-800-300-4768. Foreclosed homes and distressed properties are selling for as low as $199 per month. VA, FHA, HUD repos, and more. For current auction listings, call now. 1-800-300-4768. Call toll free.
This Fox Sports Net coverage of the 2002 Acura Classic is brought to you by Acura and the 260 horsepower TL Type S. By Sharial. The Sharial collection features an exquisite array of fine jewelry and timepieces that combine contemporary design and classic artistry. And by HNC Software. Better business decisions through advanced science. And we welcome you back to La Costa, just about set to go between Venus Williams and Lindsay Davenport, two of the big hitters in this game of tennis. The winner, as we said, to play Jelena Dokic in the final tomorrow. But this should be a most entertaining match. Been an anticipated match here in Carlsbad for the better part of the last week. Two of the bigger players in the game as well. Davenport at 6'3", Williams at 6'2". Lindsay still just 26 years of age. She's been a pro now in her 9th year from Laguna Beach, California. Lindsay ranked 9 right now, has been #1 in the world. Has won, as you see, only $26,500. There's a simple reason for that. She's only played 1 tournament coming in here thus far this year. She's won 5 and lost just the 1. That was to Kim Clijsters, a match, incidentally, that she was a set and a break ahead, and by her own admission, just ran out of gas.
She received a first-round bye, defeated Michaelian in the second round from Switzerland. Chanda Rubin, that was a tough match. Chanda came out storming, hitting so hard in that second set. But Lindsay was very strong in the third. In the quarterfinals against Ai Sugiyama, Sugiyama had nothing to hurt Lindsay Davenport with.
And Venus Williams, of course, coming off a victory at Stanford and very much on top of her game. She won that match, incidentally, in the final, despite not serving particularly well. She's 6'1". I said 6'2". I gave her another inch. 22 years of age now, and she's been a pro for 8 years. Palm Beach Gardens, Florida is where she lives, originally from Linwood, California. #2 in the world behind her sister Serena right now, and has won a cool $1,400,000 and change. But that $26,000 is pocket change.
Over $10 million in her career. First round bye, Husarova, Slovakia in the second round. Annie Kramer from Luxembourg, 6'3", 6'2". In the quarterfinals, Kim Clijsters. I think that Kim Clijsters would have beaten anyone else on the circuit yesterday, except for Venus and Serena Williams. Kim was very hot. Venus Williams was able to pick up her game at the crucial moments.
Clijsters is somebody you're going to have to take a close look at in the U.S. Open. Certainly the Williams sisters will go in as the favorites, as well as should. But Clijsters playing very good tennis after an earlier shoulder injury. Here's the comparisons between these two. Not bad. 63 titles between them. Not to mention the Grand Slams and some $25 million in earnings combined. They've each been #1, and that really tells you all you need to know about this match. And the caliber.
And it should say power at the bottom there.
Yes, it should.
A lot of power. Power from both sides from Davenport. That's when you're playing Lindsay, you really feel like there's no reprieve. Big forehand and big backhand. Same with Venus Williams. Both with huge serves, big weapons. Venus, better athlete, moves better.
Venus playing a full schedule this year by playing more tournaments. She's cut down on some of the errors. She used to make a number of errors off the forehand side. She has not made nearly as many this year because she's playing more regularly. And if there's any question about Lindsay Davenport, we touched on this earlier, it's how match tough is she.
I think actually Venus became, there's Lindsay's mom, Ann, and Robert Vantoff, who is Lindsay Davenport's coach since the beginning of '96. Robert, a former tour player on the ATP Tour.
Both he and his doubles partner, Larry Stefanki, have turned out to be excellent coaches. Davenport to serve. Well, I don't know if that's a sign of things to come, but that's about as good as you could serve.
Well, that's where that long range comes in. And it says 6'1" on the stats here. I was standing next to Venus. She's taller than my husband. My husband's 6'1", so.
So I was right, 6'2".
I just think she's so tall. Those legs are so strong.
It's incumbent on Lindsay Davenport to get those first serves in. She has, and she's behind love 30.
Lindsay Davenport, in my opinion, really has no pressure here tonight. I think she's exceeded her expectations. She's playing against the #2 player in the world. She can go out swinging. And she was quoted earlier in the week talking about getting her game up to its peak at the end of the year or maybe beginning of next year.
Yeah, I know she was very surprised with the results last week. So look at that up the line. That was the bread and butter of Venus Williams a week ago at Stanford.
When she talks about getting her game ready for next year, I mean, that's what, six months away. She's just about there, in my opinion.
2 break points. Well, Davenport didn't get that call. I think she might have thought that reply by Venus Williams was long. It wasn't, and Venus Williams the break in the first game of the match. Venus Williams looking all business, and why not? Between the two of them, the series is very close, but as you see, Williams has been rolling. 8 of the last 10. And has beaten Lindsay twice here at the Acura Classic.
Lindsay 4 years older than Venus, so defeated her many times at the beginning when they were playing, when Venus was just starting on the tour.
Big reply by Davenport.
If that's any indication, we're not going to see a lot of long points out here tonight.
I don't think so.
Big serves and big returns. Steps into this inside the baseline.
I don't believe the speed gun is working right now. It's been stuck on 91 for a while. Venus Williams in her final at Stanford last week did struggle with her service. But that match was played during the day. Sun bothered her. What a point.
Great point. Started out with a smart serve from Venus Williams right at the body of Lindsay Davenport. Look at the range. Venus got that wide volley, then gets that backhand overhead. A couple of strides to get to that forehand.
2 break points back now for Lindsay Davenport. Venus thought that was good. And there it is. So a break and a break right back. 2 of the big servers in the game, each broken in their first service game. So now Lindsay Davenport to serve. Neither of these players known for being particularly quick out of the gate. Double.
Lindsay Davenport was able to play 1 or 2 team tennis matches before Stanford, also a couple of matches in Fed Cup against Israel. She talked about the fact that those were really helpful to get out in front of a crowd, play with the nerves before she had to play her first WTA Tour match.
Some power there.
Some power and some great movement. I talked to Lindsay yesterday. She said she has felt no pain in her knee in the comeback. She's training hard. But this big swing there gets the power with the racket head speed.
She is absolutely fit, Lindsay Davenport. She just looks terrific. All, now 30-15.
She's slimmer than she was before the knee surgery. She talked about the fact that as soon as she had the surgery, she started eating right, knowing that she wasn't going to get as much exercise, burn those calories.
That's too good.
Has the big serve, and then the second shot is just as big. Buries it in the corner. And I talked about the fact that Lindsay, there's no safe place to hit to her. The forehand's huge, the backhand's huge, the return's huge. So often you feel like you're in a hole right from the first shot.
There's a great cross-court return by Venus Williams. Who else could make that shot?
A 99-mile-per-hour serve with some good angle, but Venus cuts the angle off, moves towards the net.
40-30. And now deuce.
The surgery that Lindsay had in January was they bore some holes in the bone in her knee, hoping to promote some cartilage growth, and she said that it worked. Dr. Stedman in Vail did the surgery, very famous surgeon.
On the line.
She actually saw Chanda Rubin there at the same time. Chanda had knee surgery. Watch how she hits this on the rise. This is where being 6'3" helps.
Anytime you walk into Dr. Stedman's office, it's a who's who of athletes. Not only tennis. He started as a ski guy, really.
But she said Chanda was there and out before she was, and she said that really motivated her. She said actually it ticked her off that Chanda was already gone. She was still there. Lindsay's surgery much more extensive.
We'll set back to deuce. long.
Earlier today, we talked about how the game has changed so much in 15 years that the returns, they just go for the winners right away. Much more high-risk game. We're going to see more unforced errors, but more winners. Bigger serves, of course.
Deuce. I think too, Tracy, just better athletes. I don't think it's enough to be a good tennis player anymore. You got to be an athlete on top of being a good tennis player.
And everybody's more fit as well. The rackets have really changed the game. I think it's also a mentality. These people out here that are playing with these rackets started with them. So they were able to hit winners at 10, 11 years old. The mentality was to be aggressive.
Whoa.
Depth. First on the return from Venus, 2 inches inside the baseline. Then Davenport's return back 2 inches inside the baseline. Just incredible.
You could also see Venus come up. She's probably 18 inches inside the baseline to receive a second serve. So she wants to really take it early and tee off on Davenport's second serve. That was a great one right there. So Davenport holds. It was a struggle. First person in the match to hold. 2-1 on serve, first set.
Fly somewhere in the Acura TL Type S.
Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now.
I have got to go now.
If you've always got to go, ask your doctor about Detrol LA. It's been proven effective for overactive bladder.
Need a break? Not right now.
You shouldn't take it if you have stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems. The most common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, abdominal pain, and headache.
I don't have to go right now.
Detrol LA, when you've always got to go.
Venus Williams to serve now after Lindsay Davenport, first of the two to hold in the last game. Somewhere back in there is Richard Williams, who these days is inevitably taking notes. I really like to know what's on those 3x5 cards that he carries with him at all times. Maybe I wouldn't like to know. There he is.
I think he's writing a movie script.
The Richard Williams story.
He keeps talking about these movies he's producing.
Yes, he does.
Usually he's been in the photographer's pit. He must have thousands upon thousands of shots of his daughters. Wow.
Great point.
Lindsay's volley was awesome.
And both players just playing the lines, too.
Lindsay volleys extremely well. A little bit of slice, so it moves away from Venus, but Venus able to get there and get around the outside of the ball to create that angle. By the way, I think it's awesome that Richard takes all those pictures. Number one, I think it keeps his nerves down, keeps him busy. And number two, I think at the end of a lot of people's career, they've spent so much time doing it that they haven't actually taken enough pictures.
That's a very good point. So Williams holds, and we're at 2-all. Venus, of course, just really likes this surface and won at Stanford last week. This all a prelude, of course, to the U.S. Open coming up in just a few weeks.
Venus has actually won 5 tournaments this year. Started out in her first tournament, the Gold Coast, which is on the hard courts.
What a shot by Williams. 50-50 chance. Williams played it right.
But still, even to guess right and then hit that type of a shot, this is a winner against most everybody. Great anticipation and then good accuracy.
There have been some great shots in this match so far, and we're just 5 games into it. Not even 5 games. You can see we were talking about this earlier, what Venus Williams done on the hard courts. Just loves the surface, and of course, the surface loves her game.
Nice medium-paced hard court. It's the right pace for some longer points, but not too speedy where you're just going to have big serves and big returns.
Cracking the door now for Venus Williams, love 30.
Problem
That's too
with that
good.
down the line shot right there, Barry, is Lindsay was all the way out of the court. When she hits it down the line, unless it's a winner, she's left too much court open. Got to go cross court on that shot, like I said, unless it's a winner.
3 break point chances now for Venus Williams. And that's it. So she breaks at love. Brilliant tennis from Venus Williams. 3 games to 2. She'll serve when we come back.
Hey, Jake, where's your dad?
Oh, it's birthday bash thing at Home Depot.
It's Home Depot's 23rd anniversary celebration. Get end-of-season savings of 20% on ceiling fans and portable fans. For 23 years, we've been the home of guaranteed low prices. Celebrate and save at the Home Depot and Expo Design Center.
They landed on American turf with a sound that changed rock and roll forever.
Hey there, Georgie girl, swinging down the street.
Now, TV Music for You presents The British Invasion. 30 classic hits that revolutionized American music.
There she was, just walking down the
They
street.
shook our world, and we shook our hips to these exciting hits.
The birds in the sky would be sad and lonely. So ferry, cross the Mersey. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love.
Downtown, where all the lights are bright.
Now relive The British Invasion on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes from TV Music for You. Call this toll-free number now to order The British Invasion on 2 CDs for $26.99 or 2 cassettes for $21.99 plus shipping and handling. Have your credit card ready and call this toll-free number now.
Welcome back. Venus Williams at the break in the 5th game will serve. Venus Williams just playing absolutely solid tennis so far. Won 8 of the last 9 points. Now will serve 3-2 up first set. Double fault. First double fall to the match. This is the second semifinal here in the 19th renewal of the Acura Classic. We're in Carlsbad, California. Acosta Resort and Spa, the #1 seed, Venus Williams. #3, Lindsay Davenport. And the match so far has been exactly as advertised. Both players playing very well. Williams with a break in the last game, broke at love. And now Davenport with the first 2 points on Williams' serve.
That second serve just sitting up right in the wheelhouse for Lindsay Davenport. Still one of the most punishing returns of serve in the game.
Couldn't bring it back.
15-50.
Lindsay Davenport, in the stats we showed, is ranked #9 in the world, but seeded 3 here. She got a special ranking when she was injured. In November, when she got injured, she was #1 in the world. So they allow her to use that special ranking to enter tournaments for the first 4 tournaments that she's back.
And of course, this is the second. Reached the semifinals at Stanford, and here she is in the semifinal again. So,
but then for seeding, Barry, they take her average of her ranking for 2001. And that was 2.7, the number 2.7. So they gave her the seeding number of #3. So when she entered tournaments, she's going to be behind the first 3 players in the world. So it's a special injury ranking so that people aren't just thrown off the computer. I mean, what if you were 70 in the world,
exactly.
You know, and you're out 9 months? You'd be virtually off the computer almost.
Venus going to take a good look at this one. She's going to say, no, that was out, but it's going to fall on deaf ears.
You know, she never really makes a big deal about the line call. She talked about that in the press conference last night. She said, that's not my job.
She might have had an argument there. Davenport had it all teed up, just didn't hit the shot, dumped it into the net.
That's a tough shot to hit, that inside-out backhand with a little bit of spin coming into your body. And this is going to feel the pressure to get a powerful second serve and also with some depth.
Well, Davenport came up on it, teed off, not going to be happy with that. Williams holds, consolidates the break, 4-2, first set. Let's take a look at the Yonex fastest serves of the week. And Venus Williams, no surprise here, 122 miles an hour. That was on match point yesterday.
Against Kim Clijsters, right up the tee in the deuce court.
Clijsters herself at 110. 4th fastest of the week, and Lindsay Davenport at 109. 114 has been about 115, I should say, for Venus Williams, the fastest tonight. Well played point by Williams.
She moves extremely well at the net. Longest range in women's tennis with those long arms and long legs. You add that mobility, and she's tough to pass. You know, in the past, Barry, most of the taller women on the tour were not agile. They had the advantage of having that long range, but they couldn't change directions quickly.
So you hit the ball at their feet, and they got a problem, too.
That's what tends to happen. Venus retrieves all those balls with some pace back, and then you start to overhit. Start to think that, gosh, I got to hit this with a lot of power and right on the line.
I think that's it. She makes you try to hit the perfect shot. And even then it's not good enough. Love 30.
Also in the past, you know, maybe players have been able to run shots down. I think of Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario, Amanda Kutzer. They can run shots down, but it was more of a defensive shot they were sending back, trying to get themselves back into the point. Williams sisters and Capriati, they're all so strong that they can hit an offensive shot in what looks like a defensive position.
And Venus would like to have that one back. 30 all.
31.
Case of exactly the same thing, I believe.
A little indecision on Lindsay Davenport. I think that maybe she thought that ball was going to go long, kind of backed up on that shot, but incredible get from Venus Williams.
So a break point for 2 breaks up in the first set for Williams. That was another good get by Venus Williams, though, just to get a racket on that ball. Richard looking on, pretty impassive. He doesn't get too emotional anymore. Good get by Davenport. What a great point.
The longer the point goes, Lindsay has to heat it up with some pace and some depth, because if it just becomes a running point, then Venus is going to win it.
I think Venus is playing remarkably. Despite that return of serve was brilliant. I mean, that's an ace against any other player in the world. Another break point chance for Williams.
And that shot right there is a shot we probably won't see from Lindsay in a couple of months. You know, that's where she's maybe just not been in the situation in a long time as Robert Vantoff looks on. He hasn't played Venus Williams in a long time.
I'm sure she's thankful for the chance, though. Kind of evaluate where she is.
She's doing incredibly well for a second tournament back.
Absolutely.
I've come back from injury, and I know it's just getting that concentration level back where you're in every single point. You know, maybe you're in for a couple and then your concentration starts thinking about something else. And you know, she's even said that she feels that her concentration's not 100% yet. It's also in tight situations like this. You know, how do you react? You haven't been in that situation for a long time. I mean, Lindsay ended the year 2001 so strong. She won 3 tournaments in a row in the fall season, was in the finals of the championships. She hurt herself in the last 2 points of the semifinals against Kim Clijsters, is unable to even play the final match.
And there it is. So 4 break point chances. Venus Williams gets her down to a second serve, just tees off on it. Williams 2 breaks up first set.
I've got to tell you,
A few weeks ago, I saw the White's metal detector ad on TV. In no time at all, my local dealer had me out treasure hunting. I was finding the good stuff my first day. And the best part? You can see what's in the ground before you dig it up.
Your treasure hunting adventure can start right now. Call for your free catalog.
My wife said I needed a healthy hobby. She's proud of the weight I've lost and really proud of this.
Call now.
I've always loved working on computers, and in the Army, that's what I do. I set up networks, I troubleshoot, I basically do things I would have never dreamed I'd been able to do before.
If you never thought about the U.S. Army or Army Reserve, think about this. There are 212 ways for you to become a soldier and work at a job you'll love. Call for this free video to find out which job is right for you.
I'd never really thought of the Army as a choice.
Your free video will also give you an idea of what Army life is like, how you can earn money for college, even what questions to ask your recruiter.
I'm going to walk away with a lot of memories, a lot of friends, and something that's going to change me for the rest of my life.
Call 1-800-645-ARMY right now, and you'll also receive a free Army t-shirt. Discover the 212 ways you can be an Army of one.
If you would ask me a year ago if I'd be here doing this, I could have never imagined it. I love what I do. I love doing it for the Army.
The biggest movies are on In Demand.
Gentlemen, the great John Nash.
Something extraordinary is possible.
Winner of 4 Academy Awards: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Screenplay.
You are not real!
He has lost his grip on reality.
Experience powerful entertainment.
I am not leaving him here.
Order A Beautiful Mind on In Demand pay-per-view. The best movies are mega movies on In Demand.
Dan, we're thinking the new macho burrito commercial should be a little bit more, I don't know, macho.
Such as?
Glad you asked.
I am Dan from Del Taco, here to remind you to try one of my macho burritos. Macho beef, combo or chicken. Burritos so big they have to be wrapped in a 14-inch tortillas. It is good to be macho.
That's not macho. I'll tell you what your problem is. The Dan guy. Have you seen me? Have you seen me work?
11 unforced and 5 winners.
That time it was Davenport who punished the short serve.
70 miles an hour.
15.
Sharial match time, 31 minutes thus far. Ace. First ace of the match for Venus Williams. Didn't overpower it, but hit it where you couldn't get it.
The placement. I still think that Venus, I mean, it's tough to be critical of someone who hits serves 122, but I think they could be consistently more often in the 120s if she kept that left arm up a little longer. People out there watch, they'll see that she pulls that left arm down a bit. Gives her a couple of set points. That one she stayed up much better.
Still set point for Venus Williams. And that's it. First set to Venus Williams. Took 32 minutes, and Williams wins the first set. 6 games to 2. Lindsay Davenport gonna have to be a little bit finer yet. She's gonna get back in this match. We'll be back.
All right, let's see here. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths.
A real fixer-upper for artistic creative types. Formal dining room with sweeping staircase. Oh, honey, a fireplace.
Doesn't that sound fabulous?
What do you think?
We'll take it.
The new 6-speed Acura CL Type S.
Gotta go right now. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Gotta go right now. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
got to go now.
If you've always got to go, ask your doctor about Detrol LA. It's been proven effective for overactive bladder.
Need a break? Not right now.
You shouldn't take it if you have stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems. The most common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, abdominal pain, and headache.
I don't have to go right now.
Detrol LA. When you've always got to go.
Yes.
James, time's running out.
Samsung's A460, standard equipment for anyone on a mission.
Hi.
Williams, the first set, 6-2, and she played brilliant tennis. Right now, let's get a Yonex Tennis Tip from Monica Seles.
Hi, I'm Monica Seles, and here's your Yonex tip for the day. It's on the return of serve. 3 things are important to have a good return. First, keep your backswing very short. Keep your eyes on the ball and have a fast follow-through. And the most important, use your Yonex racket.
Monica Seles was entered in this tournament, had to pull out with injury, plantar fasciitis in her foot.
That called by the umpire, Christina Allison. There's Christina, all the way from Copenhagen.
One thing that Monica does so well is she practices that return of serve. Just one after another after another. Sometimes up to 15, 20 minutes at a time. Get that groove.
Goodbye.
Just get the feeling, Barry, that this is a huge game for Davenport. She's serving, doesn't want to start out that second set with a break of serve. And before the injury, she relied on that serve as such a big weapon. It was so tough to break. Venus is only getting more confident.
I think Venus just came out here like she was on a mission. I mean, she got out of the blocks very quickly. Very few unforced errors in that first set, just 9. Davenport getting frustrated. Three break points for Venus Williams in the first game of the second set. She won the first 6-2. And that's it. So she breaks at love. And Lindsay Davenport very displeased with herself.
Let's
take a look at our HNC match summary. And Davenport at 54% first serves. That dropped dramatically in the last part of that first set. 6 winners and 16 unforced errors.
Excuse me, Barry. She needs to get that service percentage up to about 65, 70% to get back into this match.
You can see Williams with more winners than errors. I just think Venus Williams playing brilliant tennis.
She is, but I want to see Lindsay Davenport right here. Keep those shoulders up, keep herself pumped. Not let Venus know with the body language that she's getting down on herself.
Just a case of making you hit the extra shot. Venus Williams does that, and that won her that point.
And a little doubt in Lindsay's mind as well. That last shot, I think she would have hit a winner on, or at least an unreturnable at the end of last year.
That's just a great shot. Disguised it.
Element of surprise.
Williams has not lost a point in his second set. cross court.
Great anticipation. Lindsay stays in the forehand corner. Approach shot a little short, shorter than Venus would have liked. But whips that racket head. Gets underneath the ball to bring it back down at Venus's feet.
And then a service winner right up the tee. I don't remember Williams giving Davenport any free points in this match.
And that's the difference, Barry, from 2 years ago. Venus would give you a few cheap points, a few unforced errors more frequently.
Ace. What a service game. 117 miles an hour, the fastest of the night. And in a place where you just couldn't get it.
Venus much more steady, much more consistent than she was a couple of years ago, and I think she's made more of an effort to play full-time on the circuit this year. I think she actually chased that #1 ranking at the beginning of this year. She won in Paris, won in Antwerp. Actually asked for a wild card in Antwerp.
Love 15.
Going from bad to worse for Davenport now. You can see the Williams sisters, 10 titles combined this year, 5 each for Serena and Venus.
Look at that, smash Nova with 3. 3 smaller events, but still titles. And my point about Venus chasing #1 is she asked for the wild card in Antwerp. Wasn't supposed to play it, went over and won that and became #1 in the world. And the key to that was they started to add more tournaments to the computer. You know, so often in the past years they've either been injured or they haven't played a full schedule, and they'd had like 10, 11 tournaments, and they take your best 17 tournaments.
Love 30.
Third double for Lindsay. This is where I'd like to see her slow down. Think about it here for a second.
The crowd trying to get behind Lindsay Davenport here, just to make it a competitive match. I think what Venus Williams is able to do too is she's able to raise her level when she plays somebody like Lindsay Davenport.
I think most everybody at the top gets a little better with each match as you go through a tournament. Yes. Look at this angle right here. I'm so deep in the court. Davenport creates that angle and then hits to the open court. Open court against Venus?
Yeah.
Never say that.
You still got to hit the ball pretty well, because she's still, if you miss by a foot, she's still liable to get there.
Oh, last thing she needs is a foot fault right now.
It was on the line. Break point chance now for 2 breaks in the second set for Williams. She won the first 6-2. Big serve that time from Davenport.
Huge.
That time Williams missed a short ball, and that's something she's not done.
That's under 7.
Davenport still struggling with that first serve. Down to 50% for the match now. again. Williams just not going to let her have it.
Huge.
This is just too good. Lindsay's shot had depth on it, pushed Venus back a bit, but Venus unleashes that winner. Venus with only one unforced error this set.
14 winners and 10 unforced errors in the match.
You know, Barry, and that's something I think that is also improved is the concentration of both Williams sisters. They kind of had some lapses before, played some loose points. The fact that Venus has only made one unforced error in this set, she's really staying focused on each and every point. You know, it might have taken them a little longer to develop because they didn't play all those junior tournaments. I say longer. Obviously, people are going to, don't write me letters. It didn't take a long time, but just something that they improved on.
But with both playing more matches, as you said, more tournaments, they're just getting that much sharper, both Serena and Venus. That ball looked long.
Lindsay can volley extremely well. One of only 4 women to be ranked #1 in the world in both singles and doubles.
So we're deuce. Well, she made her hit a defensive shot now with a breakpoint chance for Williams.
Those returns just so deep down the center of the court. I mean, honestly, Lindsay barely has time to finish her service swing, get back behind that baseline, and the ball's rocketed back at her. And he's getting so close.
Sails long, second break of this set for Venus Williams. She's cruising. First set 6-2, 2 breaks up in the second.
16 years ago, Honda engineers set out on a dream to create something with unprecedented mobility and feet. One day it may be the eyes, ears, and legs for people in need. Say hello to Oslo.
Here's a pop quiz to raise your credit IQ. You cut up your credit card on your 26th birthday, owing $3,000 at an APR of 20%. You pay the 2% minimums every month. You're never late. How much will it cost you to pay off your $3,000 debt? $16,000, and you'll be 80 years old. Paying minimums, it's a maximum problem. We're the National Consumer Council, raising our voice for a debt-free America.
Venus Williams in complete charge of this match. 2 breaks up. She'll serve for 4-love second set. You know, it all started with Fox Sports making television history. Free TV's first ever Ultimate Fight. Millions just loved it. Now it's back. 1 full hour of UFC action that's as real as it gets. Ultimate Fighting, Ultimate Television. The Ultimate Fighting Championships tomorrow night at 6 on Fox Sports Net.
Barry, we talked about one of the big stories of the week was Lindsay Davenport's comeback, but her old doubles partner, Karina Murari, also made a comeback, and quite frankly, a bigger comeback.
Great story.
too good. Karina Marario from Florida was over in Europe in May of 2001 and was getting frequent nosebleeds. Was woken up in the middle of the night by many, many nosebleeds. Flew home 2 days later, was in the hospital in Miami, found out that she had leukemia. Had a 60 to 70% survival rate. But still very, very scary. And interviewed her at the U.S. Open last year. She had chemotherapy, lost all her hair. You know, wasn't even talking about playing tennis again, just hoping to beat the leukemia, and she's back. She came back this week, played in doubles. Played with Kim Poe. They lost 7-5 in the third to Shaughnessy and Rubin, but tell you what, it's great to see her back.
Great success story. She'll play singles tomorrow, actually, up in Los Angeles.
Says she feels great.
Williams, meanwhile, just cruising here. And an ace from Williams, so she holds with her third service ace. Williams trying to three-peat here. One in 2000, one in 2001. Martina Hingis, a two-time champion. Kimiko Date surprised everybody by winning in 1996. Steffi Graf, a four-time winner. Capriati won as a kid in 91 and 92.
Lindsay Davenport is not used to losing 6-2 and being down 4-love. This is a new feeling for her. Probably hasn't had this type of feeling since maybe 6-7 years.
This is the 19th renewal of the Acura Classic. Dick Dale and his staff doing a great job, being very cordial hosts as always here at La Costa. Place with a lot of history.
James Stratton and Raquel Gascafre, former tour players, started this event. They do a great job. They know what the players like. They spoil them. Big applause. Doesn't want to get bageled in this second set. In the crowd, they'd love to get Lindsay back into this match.
Long way back for her, but stranger things have happened. Not too many times against Venus Williams, though. And Venus is not going to make it easy.
Venus standing so close to that baseline, or if not on the baseline, and hitting the ball on the rise, cutting down the time that Lindsay has to react to her ground strokes.
So Davenport is held. There will be no bagel. First game that Davenport has won in the second set.
Hello? Hello, Westside Cable. I'm here for the install. I'm at your front door, sir.
I'll tell you what. We'll meet you back there sometime between 12 and 5. Always wanted to say that.
The more powerful Acura RL.
Sherry
At 1 p.m., President Kennedy died.
Fate forced Robert F. Kennedy to step out of his brother's shadow.
I can get things done.
We might have taken that from your brother, but we won't take that from you. And decide what kind of man he would become.
The young people are behind you. What if we just state what we stand for? It's on to Chicago.
Everything you know is only the beginning. RFK. Premieres Sunday, August 25th, only on FX.
6-2 and 4-1 for Venus Williams. She'll serve here. Venus Williams right now, I'm sure, feeling like the queen of the world. Nobody can beat her, except maybe her sister.
Well, I feel good going to every match. I feel like definitely that I have enough experience to win, and I at least know that my opponents know that they have to be on their best game to beat me that day.
I think that's well said and absolutely accurate. That's the kind of thing. I mean, Lindsay Davenport has to make sure she hits the perfect shot. There's just not much margin of error with Venus Williams.
And over a prolonged period of time. Venus is so fit. You know, you get to that third set, she's going to be still fresh because she's so fit. It's tough to keep up that level of play over a period of 2 sets. Venus just chases everything down, makes you hit that extra shot. Powerful shot comes back in reply. Tough time to try a drop shot, though, after a hard shot like that when you're about 3 feet behind the baseline. Number one, being back so far, it's going to give your opponent more time to react.
I'm sure she's feeling right now, though, any shot she hits is going to be a winner.
Yeah, but you know what? This is where you've got to be careful not to let down. You still are playing Lindsay Davenport, who can get extremely hot. And Venus knows that.
Third double fault from Venus. A little bit of an opportunity now for Lindsay Davenport.
Venus broken once in this match in the second game of the first set.
Oh, that's
just
too
good. 100 miles per hour, but with the slice on it, moved away from Lindsay.
Nice weapon to have in your bag.
I wouldn't know. Just for one game, it'd be so nice.
Just to borrow it.
Yeah. And the height as well.
Not a break point opportunity for Lindsay Davenport to get this back to a 1 break difference in the second set. Inside out.
Just too good. And Lindsay was waiting on the return. Venus has a tendency to go up that middle of the court on the ad side. It's great to see both Venus and Serena just improving. You know, about every 6 months, they just move up another notch, working on their game, adding to it. Becoming more consistent. Venus's second serve has improved a lot in the last couple of years. It was a little shaky in big situations. Sometimes she'd pull down too much. Much more powerful now. Nice little serve there, 110 miles per hour. Gets her to 5-1.
Lindsay Davenport looking the part of a beaten player on the other side.
This is where Lindsay has to remember where she was just about 6 months ago in surgery in January. I mean, she didn't expect to come back this fast.
That's the other thing you see is Lindsay Davenport does not have a service ace yet, and that's unusual. She'll usually get her share.
She will, but remember, against Venus with those long arms, even if she just touches it, it's not an ace.
Davenport very unhappy with herself. 27% first serves in this second set. right on the line. A little bit short on the serve and a big reply. So 2 points away from reaching the final for the third year in a row. She got it.
That should have been an ace, Barry.
Yeah.
15-50.
Venus and Serena will not play in the same event prior to the U.S. Open. Venus played last week at Stanford. Here, of course, she'll take next week off, and Serena will play inside out, brings her to match point.
15-40.
Venus will play New Haven the week before the U.S. Open.
And that's it. So an easy victory for Venus Williams, and this is really much more about Venus Williams, I think, than it is about Lindsay Davenport. Williams just played unbeatable tennis. 21 winners, only 15 unforced errors. Just exactly 60 minutes, 1 hour on the Sharial match time. And Venus Williams through to the final, a tournament which she has won the last 2 years. Working the room here, applauding the crowd. And Lindsay Davenport going to have to get a little bit more match tough, maybe a little bit sharper, although, as we said, this is really more about Venus Williams, not so much about Lindsay Davenport. Venus just makes you hit the extra shot, and not only does she make you hit the extra shot, she makes you hit it perfectly. Williams wins and wins easily, 6-2, 6-1 to get to the final. We'll come back, talk with both players after this.
I've got to tell you, a few weeks ago, I saw the White's metal detector ad on TV. In no time at all, my local dealer had me out treasure hunting. I was finding the good stuff my first day. And the best part? You can see what's in the ground before you dig it up.
Your treasure hunting adventure can start right now. Call for your free catalog.
My wife said I needed a healthy hobby. She's proud of the weight I've lost and really proud of this.
Call now.
Without a single word, these songs speak to millions of music lovers around the world. Now, TV Music for You presents Instrumental Classics, featuring 30 of your all-time favorite melodies. Here are songs to rekindle your fondest memories. You'll cherish this treasury of heart-touching favorites. Instrumental Classics, pure musical pleasure on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes. Here's how to order. Call toll-free to order Instrumental Classics. 2 CDs, $26.99, 2 cassettes, $21.99, plus shipping. Have your credit card ready and call now.
Well, it's officially here. Summer, but not just any summer. It's the summer of luck at Valley View Casino. Monday through Friday, come win your share of $160,000. Far out. And don't miss the progressive drawing every Sunday that could get up to $45,000. And on August 18th, you could win a new Ford Ranger Super Cab, a new Ford Escape, or $15,000 cash in August's Payload Sunday. So drop by, cash in, and play on all summer long at the View.
Welcome to Islands. Can I interest you, guys, in some burgers?
Island's Big Wave Burger is made with our own recipe of fine beef and 100% fresh ingredients. So good, people would do almost anything to get one. Enjoy an Island's Big Wave Burger today.
4768. Buy cars from bank and government seizures. This car sold $500.
IRS, DEA, FBI, repos, impounds, and more. Call 1-800-300-4768. Foreclosed homes and distressed properties are selling for as low as $199 per month. VA, FHA, HUD repos, and more. For current auction listings, call now. 1-800-300-4768. Call toll free.
Golf Digest is going to cure your slice now and for free.
And that's a guarantee.
Introducing the breakthrough video, Cure Your Slice Now, and it's free with your paid subscription to Golf Digest magazine. In this video, top PGA instructor Chuck Cook shows you the 7 key phases of the swing and gives you his proven method for better control and longer, straighter drives. And here's our guarantee. If Golf Digest and Cure Your Slice Now doesn't cure your slice and improve your game, cancel and keep the video free.
Golf Digest is your source for golf.
Every month in Golf Digest, you get easy-to-follow tips and instruction from the best teachers and players in golf. Information on the top equipment, the best places to play, thought-provoking commentary. You also get this removable Pocket Tips booklet. Call now. Use your credit card and get your first risk-free issue, Pocket Tips booklet and video free. You get 11 more issues for only $19.77. If your game doesn't improve, cancel and keep the video, booklet, and magazine free.
So call 800-385-1600. That's 800-385-1600. Call now.
Venus Williams through to the final yet another time, 6-2, 6-1. Easy victory, and it was all about Venus Williams. She played absolutely brilliant tennis in earning her way into yet another final here at the Acura Classic. The champion 2 times over, going to try to make it 3 times tomorrow. Let's go to Tracy Austin with the winner. Tracy?
Thank you, Barry. Well, Venus, incredible match. I mean, it was such a clean match. So many winners, so few unforced errors. Was it one of the best matches that you've played?
That was definitely a great match for me. Really, I was so excited to be back on the court with Lindsay. I mean, it's been a year already, and it was just really great to be back on the court with her. We had so many great matches.
It's great to have Lindsay back on the WTA Tour after being out 9 months.
Yeah, it really was. It was, well, you know, when I came on the court, it was like old times. We had such a great rivalry, and now I think we're tied at 10 matches all, so it's dead even.
Well, you won the tournament last week. Tomorrow going into the finals against Jelena Dokic. What do you expect from Jelena?
Well, she's had some tough matches this week, and it's great to be in the final of such a great tournament. It's not easy to get to the final and to win this tournament because it's always such a great field.
Well, Venus, with 3 weeks away from the U.S. Open, you've got to be pleased with your success in Stanford and now getting to the final here. Are you pleased with your preparation before the Open?
Well, I've always played well during the summer circuit, and for me right now, the most important thing is this Acura Classic, and I've arrived in the finals, and I don't want to stop there.
Well, Venus, you were from California, born in California. I think you always feel that the fans have been behind you. They've been a big support here as well this week.
Yeah, 6 years in a row for me.
Well, good luck, Venus. You played a superb match tonight. Now I'll send it back to Barry.
Okay, thanks very much, Tracy. Venus Williams, very loose, actually, a lot looser than she was last week. Her dad, Richard Williams, another notch in the belt, 6-2, 6-1. She's a winner, and yes, that series is tied at 10-all, but it should also be noted that she has now won 9 of the last 11 matches with Lindsay Davenport. When we come back, little bonus coverage, the match between Jelena Dokic and Anna Kournikova this afternoon.
Look, I don't know how to say this, but, you know, I need to move on. I mean, you've probably noticed that I'm not the same person I was a few months ago. I mean, you have been great, really. I just need to be on my own for a while. Well, thanks for everything, and guess this is goodbye, huh?
The extremely therapeutic Acura TL Type S.
Gotta go right now. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Gotta go right now. Gotta go.
I have got to go now.
If you've always got to go, ask your doctor about Detrol LA. It's been proven effective for overactive bladder.
Need a break?
Not right now.
You shouldn't take it if you have stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems. The most common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, abdominal pain, and headache.
I don't have to go right now.
Detrol LA. When you've always got to go.
Technology shouldn't overwhelm you. It should open your mind. Samsung Digital brings it all together with ease. Now you're free to do more on your terms. your smile. It's all here. Samsung Digital. Everyone's invited.
Well, our finals are all set. It'll be Venus Williams and Jelena Dokic. Dokic winning this afternoon. Williams winning tonight in 1 hour, 6-2, 6-1 over the number 3 seed, Lindsay Davenport. A very impressive performance for her. Well, we mentioned that we've got a little time here, so we're going to take you back to the match played earlier this afternoon. Jelena Dokic and Anna Kournikova. First set, tiebreaker.
Guess who is #1 ranked in tiebreaks on the WTA Tour?
Should I take a guess?
Take a guess.
Jelena Dokic.
Jelena Dokic, 7-0 this year, batting 1,000. There it is.
Well, we talk about playing big points well. That's what she did last night to beat Capriati. That's what she'll have to do here.
So she leans back on that serve. You want that weight to be going forward into the court. On her 6th double fault, she was leaning back. It's just the one thing that I would add to her game is just more topspin on that second serve. Because being so flat, you barely get it over the net, and then it also can't get back down into the box.
Kournikova gets the mini break and holds on her first serve. Still spun it in at 70 miles an hour, so she's relying on that.
You know what? It's working. If it wasn't, then she'd have to try something else.
Did it again.
Actually, I changed my mind. It's not working that well. She's broken 3 times, so maybe she does need to. The key, Barry, is that she can do it. You know, she can hit over 100 miles an hour. She's got a great service motion, and she practices plenty with Harold Solomon. It's just a question of doing it, executing in a match when you're nervous.
She actually has hit 103 miles an hour this week, just outside the top 10 of fastest serves this week.
Fastest today is 99 miles an hour. Another.
Again. 7. So nobody wants it. 3-1 Kournikova.
Go forward after this. Go forward into the court. There you go.
What a get.
Great.
What a get.
See how hungry she is, though, pumping the fist. You know, she just seems to want it more this week. I think because she has that confidence that she can hang in there. Just gets that racket underneath the ball, scoops it up.
That's too good.
Kournikova actually mentioned that you know, earlier this year she played Conchita Martinez and she was down a bit in a set and a bit in the second set, and she kind of just lost the fight. Well, here this week she was down a set and a bit to Conchita Martinez, but she fought back. She had that confidence that she could hang in there, and I think this man right here has a lot to do with it, Harold Solomon. He's just done it with too many players. He brought Capriati back to 11 in the world before they split up, but really I think got her started, took her to the semis of the Australian, the big boost in her career.
I think Kournikova wanted to call her, and I think she'd have a very good argument. That ball clearly looked out.
It did.
Comes at a very tough time in the match, too. Harold saying play on. Threw that one. Kournikova's got to forget about that call that she didn't get now. We're at 4-all. Came at a very crucial time.
Spectacular return. Look at this angle she creates, hitting on the outside of the ball.
So now Kournikova can do it on her own racket. She's been unable to do that so far.
See if she spins it in or goes for it.
Spun it. Great serve there. Great serve. Right on the tee. Might not have been exactly the way she drew it up, but she'll take it. Thank you very much.
Hey, that thing spun about a foot away from Dokic at the last second.
So
set point.
Yep. Spun it in again, still a set point, but now she'll have to do it on the serve of Dokic. Although the way this match has gone, there have been more points made on defense than offense. Dokic, remember, perfect in tie breaks this year, 7-0. Just flew it, 6-all. Well, this first set, you hate to say this, but it's not a question of who's going to win it, it's who's going to lose it.
Unforced errors, Jelena Dokic with 24, Kournikova with 21. Jelena's mom is here, not her dad. Dad is her coach, Demir.
There's that shot again for Kournikova. And another set point.
Stepped into it beautifully. Nothing tentative about this return. As those shoulders turn, hits it well out in front. Creates another beautiful angle.
Kournikova has been spinning her first serve in. Did it again. And that's it. And as we said, it was a question of who loses it, not who wins it. But Kournikova will take it. Wins the tiebreak 8-6 and the first set with it. We'll come back. Second set coming up after this.
The Best Damn Sports Show period's All-Star Summer. It's a special celebration featuring Shaquille O'Neal, Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Kurt Warner, Keyshawn Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Matt Damon, The Counting Crows, and The Rock. I am so freaking excited, man. It's an outrageous summer-long spectacular. You want some of Shaq food? Huge stars, complete insanity. Best Damn's All-Star Summer. Weeknights on Fox Sports 9.
Rugged, tough. The Rhino is built to take grueling off-road abuse. And so can Rhino Lining's Tough Stuff truck bed liners. If you work your truck hard, then you need a Rhino Lining sprayed-on polyurethane lining to protect your truck bed. Rhino Linings is the world's leading sprayed-on liner company. Their Tough Stuff liner, sprayed on up to a 1/4 inch thick, is virtually indestructible polyurethane. And unlike plastic liners, which don't stop truck bed rust, a Rhino Lining protects your investment permanently. A Rhino Lining only takes a few hours to apply, and it's warranted by your dealer for as long as you own your truck. So if you want to protect your truck's value, get a Rhino Liner. Call or log on right now. We'll send you a free brochure, a sample of Tough Stuff, and give you the name of the Rhino Linings dealer nearest you. Call now.
As you may well know, Adelphia has recently embarked on a reorganization process, committed to providing the fine services that you'd expect from this company. We are working hard to restructure our company for the future. As a valued customer, you can be assured that the services you have come to rely upon will remain uninterrupted. We're rededicating our efforts to bring you quality entertainment services and exciting new products, such as high-speed internet and digital cable. And our commitment to customer service and satisfaction will remain our #1 priority. Cable represents a unique opportunity to bring our customers the best that technology has to offer at an incredible value. We strongly believe in the power of cable to deliver the future into your home. We at Adelphia are committed to delivering that future to you today and tomorrow. I know I speak for all the employees at Adelphia when I say thank you for your support.
A wild card, somebody I'd never even heard of. I mean, she was struggling to win matches for a couple of months.
Kournikova very upset with herself.
She's leaving on the court, though, I tell you. She's chasing down balls. Incredible.
Not yet, having managed to beat a top 10 opponent this year. 0 for 6. Perfect.
Smart shot, goes for the placement, the short angle. What a great time for her confidence to start to come into play with only 3 weeks left for the U.S. Open. Goes for the placement.
Very long. A short return of serve set that up for Dokic.
Right. This is the time where Kournikova has to force herself to still go for the shots that got her to this position, playing aggressive tennis. Everybody has that tendency to get tight.
Didn't miss by much. You can hear the breeze blowing, but it's up the top where we are. And a double again. 10th double fault for Dokic. And it brings Anna Kournikova 1 point away from reaching the final. Late call. Dokic right back to serve. Sails long.
Wow, that second serve just about skimmed the net, about 1 inch over.
To deuce. And another match point for Anna Kournikova. She'll tie her shoe, make Dokic wait for a moment. Good serve from Dokic when she really needed it. So 2 match points have been squandered. All over that shot. Kournikova just had to go for it. And now Dokic, a point to hold to keep us on serve in the second set. What a fickle game this is.
Gutsy play from Dokic, though. She was really driving those shots, keeping Kournikova on the defensive. So important for her to get a first serve in here.
Mom and boyfriend watching anxiously. Was out, and Dokic is held. So 2 match points against her, and she comes back to hold for 5-all second set. And we're going on.
And again, this is where Anna Kournikova has to forget about the match point that she had. It was a big serve from Dokic, but she did back away from it a little. Keep being aggressive, attacking the ball.
Just hit that one all wrist. It's out. 64 miles an hour, the last first serve from Anna Kournikova. Aaron Solomon.
Never changes his expression.
No, he doesn't. Same as a player.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
It's like Robert Vantoff, Lindsay Davenport's coach. Never tell if she's winning or not.
Well, there have been 81 unforced errors in this match. We haven't yet played 2 sets. That's a lot.
We've had very exhausting matches yesterday.
5th double from Kournikova.
Just didn't accelerate that racket up into the shot. Now she's really gone back to rushing again.
2 break points now for Dokic. Still a break point. But nobody's winning points.
That was a deep shot, though, from Kournikova. And, you know, that Capriati talked about the fact that she thought that Dokic's forehand could get a little shaky in tight situations, and she was surprised it didn't last night. That's a great forehand.
That was a winning shot.
Stepped into that shot. And again, because it's open stance, it's just so tough to tell where she's going to go.
Now point to hold for Kournikova. Both players have had opportunities. Both have let them slip away. Kournikova now an opportunity to hold. She got there. Kournikova guessed.
Oh! Great effort from Kournikova and great adjustment mid-shot.
Guessed right, almost overran the ball, and as you said, made an adjustment to get back and hit a winner. Point of the match for Kournikova.
This is where her athleticism comes into play.
So Dokic again has to serve to stay in the match when we come back.
The Acura RSX, one of Car and Driver's 10 best for 2002.
Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now. Gotta go.
I have got to go now.
If you've always got to go, ask your doctor about Detrol LA. It's been proven effective for overactive bladder.
Need a break? Not right now.
You shouldn't take it if you have stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems. The most common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, abdominal pain, and headache.
I don't have to go right now.
Detrol LA, when you've always got to go.
Dokic serving to stay in the match. Kournikova had a couple of match points. In the last service game of Dokic. Just long, what a point.
Seems like the pace has increased this game.
You have to wonder if this goes to the third set, what either player will have left.
Kournikova, believe me, is not thinking about third set right here.
No,
She's
certainly
thinking
not.
this point, the next point. Let's not go any longer here.
Tried to take a sharp angle and missed.
And your Dockich, you're just trying to keep that ball deep. Keep Anna off balance. I get a lot of first serves in here. 10 double fault. She can't feel that comfortable hitting second serves.
A couple points to hold for Dockich now to force a second set tiebreak. Kournikova won the first set in the tiebreak.
Remember, Kournikova was serving down 15-40 last game. Dockich with 2 break points.
And a double again.
Back.
11th double. These two have only played one other time. It was a couple of years ago in the Fed Cup, and that was a close match. Won by Dockich in 3 sets. Now deuce. Dockich controlled that point from beginning to end.
Great running from Kournikova. The match actually that they played a couple of years ago, they were both at more of an even place in their career. Kournikova, ranked number 47, is gone down, but seems to be in the comeback mode, and Dockich has improved so much, now number 5 in the world.
So this to force a second set tiebreak for Dockich.
So coming in, you'd think that Dockich would have had the favor. Would have been the favorite.
Dockich is held. We're going to a second set tiebreak. So now it's going to be a test of wills. Our aerial coverage today, courtesy of Goodyear and its fleet of airships, which reminds you to take all of life's journeys on the wings of Goodyear. Our cameraman up there, Javier Estrella. Hit the good lob, but didn't hit the next shot very well. And now Kournikova stretching that groin again.
Seems to be running like a gazelle. It cannot be bothering her that much. Dockich now with 2 serves.
Remember, Dockich lost the first set to Capriati last night. Came back and won. Had a loose forehand from Kournikova.
Really pulled off that ball, pulled across, didn't drive through it. This is where you're a little tired, it's hot out there, you just got to force yourself. Forget about that.
3-0 for Dockich.
That was not an easy shot to hit. The ball was coming down straight, also into the sun. She let this drop a little further down than she usually does. Usually hits it about eye level.
Now Kournikova to serve. Drop again. She telegraphed it. Dockich got there, but hit it out.
One of the great assets of Kournikova's game, that drop shot. Hits it so close to the net with that backspin. Good depth from Kournikova.
Holds on both her serves. Dokic still with the mini break. Will serve 2. Dokic again, able to yank Kournikova all over the court.
Dokic knows that 9 times out of 10 when Kournikova gets pulled out wide, she's going to go cross court. Smart play. Don't want to go down the line and open it up, but Dokic was there waiting.
So at the changeover, Dokic 4-2.
Wind basically blowing across the court. Dokic's left side to her right.
Dokic again holds on both her serves. 5-2.
Dokic has been effective with that serve at the body. Right at Kournikova's right hip.
You roll some down, please.
No balls up at Kournikova's end. .51-mile-an-hour serve, and Dokic just teed off on it.
Great accuracy, sets up 4 set points.
Dokic has played this tiebreak a notch above where she'd been. Late call, ball looked good. And there it is. So Elena Dokic wins the tiebreak and forces a third and deciding set. Well, Tracy, she did win that tiebreak, and you could really see Elena Dokic kind of kick it in gear the early part of that tiebreak, and after that, she really never looked back.
She really raised the level of her game mid-second set, and Kournikova admitted in the press conference later that she was just exhausted in that third set. She lost the third set 6-love. You know, this was her third 3-set match in a row, 3 days in a row. She's also said, I'm not used to playing 5 matches in 1 week. That's a good thing, but I'm going to have to get used to it again.
And I think she left it all out there. For those first 2 sets, she played actually very, very good, solid tennis, had an opportunity to win the match in straight sets, couldn't get it done, and then just had nothing left. Here's match point. It didn't take long in the third and final set.
Nothing left, Barry, in the third, but she's got a lot of confidence now going into the U.S. Open. Anna Kournikova's had a rough year, has lost in 10 first-round matches this year. So last week in Stanford, got to the quarterfinals, losing to Venus Williams. This week, getting to the semifinals. She's playing much better, has so much more confidence. And I think now 47 in the world coming into this tournament. The ranking's going to go up. The confidence is going to go up. Has a new coach, Harold Solomon. He's a former player, and it's just been so smart about getting a lot of players back their confidence and making big comebacks. I think that was a big play by Anna.
I think both these players actually can make a little noise as they look ahead to the U.S. Open. Kournikova, 2 good tournaments in a row, and how about Dokic into the final against Venus Williams?
This fall, live life in the fast lane.
This is a life of crime.
Entertainment Weekly raves it's Miami Vice meets the Fast and the Furious.
You don't drop cover, you never flash a badge.
With style and speed to spare.
You got my attention.
Let's do it. I have something you want, and you have something I want.
From the director of Charlie's Angels, Fastlane, Fox Law.
So then what happened?
Well, we drove 90 yards to win it. What can I say? It's my job.
Hey, I'm bored with Garcia. Let's bingo!
Hi.
Hey, Mama. What's cooking, baby?
It burned! America's #1 pregame show returns to Fox this September.
Jeff, my man! What a surprise!
The Bargain Network, the place to find real bargains. Call 1-800-370-2070. Buy cars from bank and government seizures. This car sold $500. IRS, DEA, FBI, repos, impounds, and more. Call 1-800-370-2070. Foreclosed homes and distressed properties are selling for as low as $199 per month. VA, FHA, HUD repos, and more. For current auction listings, call now. 1-800-370-2070. Call toll-free.
Sure you can handle a test drive?
He knows everything in the world.
Accelerate into turns, trailer brake to the apex, draw the inside line correct, exit throttle oversteer.
Everything except who he is.
I need to report a missing person.
You filled out a Form 3021-B?
I'm the missing person.
Who is John Doe? Boxball.
So then what happened?
Well, we drove 90 yards to win it. What can I say? It's my job.
Hey, I'm bored with Garcia. Let's bingo!
Hi.
Hey, Mama. What's cooking, baby? It's burned!
America's #1 pregame show returns to Fox this September.
Jeff, my man! What a surprise!
Every Sunday, before they start their engines, it's NASCAR This Morning.
Fasten your seatbelts. Look at him go. Doesn't get any better than this.
It's the show that takes you inside the world of NASCAR for all the breaking stories on or off the track.
That is absolutely outstanding. It's almost frightening.
Don't miss the best pre-race party this side of Talladega.
It's absolutely wild.
NASCAR This Morning, Sundays on Fox Sports Net.
Well, because of Venus Williams' brilliance, we had a chance to see Elena Dokic's match this afternoon against Anna Kournikova. That's our final, Williams and Dokic tomorrow. But I'll tell you what, Tracy, tonight, Venus Williams put on a clinic.
She really did. So few unforced errors, a tremendous amount of winners. That's something that's hard to do against Lindsay Davenport. If I were Lindsay Davenport right now, of course you're disappointed because you lost 6-2, 6-1, but she's got to keep her head up. This is only her second tournament back from injury. She had that surgery on her knee, out for almost 9 months. Venus Williams played almost flawless tennis tonight. Served extremely well, moved extremely well, finished points off at the net. She was just too good.
Yeah, absolutely. This was not about Davenport, as you said earlier. This was all about what Venus Williams was.
Returned extremely well. She was just very dominant from the start of the points with her serve or with her return of serve, just pinning Lindsay Davenport behind that baseline and just not giving her too many short balls to tee off on.
Davenport, of course, just in her second tournament of the year, but you had an idea regardless, the results would have been the same tonight.
Venus Williams with the longest range in women's tennis. 6'1", 6'2", that's arguable, and also moves so well. That mobility, it's just tough to get a ball by her. Lindsay Davenport served pretty well. Could have had a better first service percentage, especially in that second set, but she served some powerful shots, and Venus just seemed to have the answers tonight.
Absolutely, and any short ball, she just punishes. I mean, it's point over if you hit a short return.
To Venus Williams.
Right.
And her consistency, we talked about it in the last couple of years, that consistency has improved, makes very few unforced errors. The concentration used to kind of go up and down and sometimes would give you a free point or two. Not anymore. She's very stingy with the free points.
And she'll play Elena Dokic in the final, and let's take a look at how these two stack up. Of course, 26 tournament titles for Williams, 5 for Dokic, but she's won some this year, a couple $1 million in earnings this year, or in her career, but look at the numbers again for Venus Williams. On paper, probably have to say lopsided match, but this is a strange game. Strange things happen.
Yeah, Jelena Dokic, biggest winner of her career last night, against Jennifer Capriati, won that match 6-4 in the third, but Jelena Dokic, you just got to hope, Barry, that she didn't see that match on TV tonight because she's going to be too intimidated.
Yeah, I really hope she wasn't watching. She really had to reach down and find something, both against Capriati and again today against Kournikova. What she has left might be the biggest question of tomorrow.
All right, let's see here. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. A real fixer-up.
Well, our match is history. We know the final coming up a little bit later here on Fox Sports Net, the Legg Mason Tennis Classic. That comes your way August 17th and 18th from Washington, D.C. Story tonight, was Venus Williams. She's through to the final against Elena Dokic. That takes place tomorrow. It's a wrap for us from here in Carlsbad. Once more, for my partner Tracy Austin, I'm Barry Tompkins. So long, everybody.